Hey, so this video was made as a part of my Week in the Life of a McGill Music Student vlog, a series where I filmed my life at McGill for 7 days in a row. On the final day, I interviewed my piano professor, Marina Goglidze-Mazeppa. We ended up talking for about an hour, which is a tiny bit too long for a vlog, so I've put the full interview here as a separate video. If you're interested in hearing advice from a McGill piano professor, the experiences of a prize-winning former Soviet pianist, and what it was like to study under the legendary Emil Gilels, you'll want to check this interview out. Hope you enjoy! Okay, hi everyone. So this is Marina Goglidze-Mazeppa, and we have the opportunity to have an interview with her just to talk about her life's experiences and everything. So thank you for taking your time to do this.
My pleasure.
And yeah, can you just introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about...
What I can introduce. I am now at McGill almost 30 years.
That's
teaching
a lot.
with big pleasure. Before I was a former Soviet pianist. And first time I visit Montreal in 1963 as a pianist, and I played in Place des Arts. And since then I like Montreal from first look, and I decided maybe one day I will live in this country. And you see, now I am here for 30 years, and I'm very happy to be here, because I went through, not only me, my whole family went through a lot of not pleasant stuff, I was really was dreaming just get out from this country one day. And it's happened because I have a friend here who make me come here. He sent invitation for me, and fortunately I got position at McGill. I did audition like every student will do audition, and I was accepted, and I was very lucky, because I came here with $60 in my pocket.
Oh, wait, $60?
$60.
Oh,
yes.
What's the story behind that?
No, because do you think I have money?
Oh,
No.
so you came to Canada?
Canada, but I was going to stay with my friend, Dr. McFarlane, because I met Dr. McFarlane in 1963 when I played in Toronto. We became friends, and since many years we are writing each other letters and exchanging music books, LPs, recordings. He was giving me food, and for my son too, everything.
That's so nice.
He take care. And after when I start to teach here, I was very fortunate. I had a salary twice per month. Never I was dreaming in Soviet Union.
Oh, yeah. So can you tell us a bit more about your time in the Soviet Union? What was it
No,
like
but
being...
it was good time. I can say everything. It was for music. I studied with very excellent teacher, Evgenia Vasilievna Chernявskaya. Her teacher was Mizandari. Maybe Nick will show a picture of this time in Georgia, because I was born in Georgia, former Soviet Union, in city Tbilisi. And she studied with Mizandari, who was student of Liszt.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes. And in, it was a lot of artists, concerts in Tbilisi. Rachmaninoff was playing, Horowitz was playing, Egon Petri was playing, many, Tchaikovsky was visiting, and Rubinstein, everybody liked this. And it was great society, musical society. So it was big tradition. And after I went to Moscow, because only way to continue really something, to grow, to go to Russia, to Moscow, Russia. In this time it was Soviet Union. So I did audition very quickly, like maybe a few minutes. It was very strange for me. I played Gounod Liszt Waltz. They asked me only one page, they asked me also one prelude by Bach, and that's it. And I was sort of not crying, but I said, to my mom, I think I failed.
Oh.
But I was accepted. I studied there 4 years with very, very great professor, Jakob Milstein. He has a lot of books written about Liszt. And after that, it happened that I went to Gilels, because somehow Milstein was not teaching. Only 4 years I was with him, and Gilels started to teach, because he's coming and going like this, And I was lucky to be in his class.
Yeah, because Gilels is just an amazing pianist.
Yes, he is a great musician, great pianist. He immediately started to prepare me for competition. So I did not go to Brussels. I passed a local audition in Moscow, but they did not let me go.
Oh.
Because to go outside, you have to have an exit visa in Soviet Union. They did not give me exit visa. And sure, what I did, I went to practice. And after that, it was a lot of, efforts to get for me visa. I got visa personally from Khrushchev.
Ooh.
Yes, he was this boss, communist boss. And I went to Paris, and I participated in competition, Marguerite Long and Jacques Thibault. I got grand prize. And not easy everything was. For me, I don't think I like too much this competition. After they push me, I don't want it, but to play Tchaikovsky competition, I got also not so bad, fourth prize. But story is, I had a lot of contracts after when I won in Paris, but they was all postponed, and fortunately they let me go to US. This was my life in Soviet Union, etc. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Because to stay in Moscow, you have to have a special permission, etc., etc. Yes, to get special permission to live in Moscow. So, and many artists from Western, from US especially, came to play in Moscow. I was so lucky to hear great orchestra, Philadelphia, Cleveland Orchestra, what else? Boston Orchestra, New York Symphony. They came to Moscow one by one. And as a student, I was so lucky to listen.
Yeah, you're with the best of the best.
Yeah, best of the best. I have so many autographs there, but this time I was a student. And after it was Stravinsky, sometimes I was going to St. Petersburg specially to listen. And they was rehearsing. I learned a lot from this rehearsing of these conductors, because usually they have 2 or 3 rehearsals. It's just incredible. And many great musicians came to play, because we were locked down up. We had no idea, I remember in 1958, I have till now a program of Glenn Gould in Moscow,
Oh, yeah.
When he came to Moscow, he had a talk with students. It's just for us the name of Hindemith or Krenek. It was just like we did not know even.
Yeah, it must have been a completely new
Yes,
experience.
it was new because it wasn't allowed. One time it was not allowed to play also Rachmaninoff and Prokofiev,
Wow.
So,
and speaking of these people,
uh-huh.
you met a lot of the famous, what we consider just famous composers or performers nowadays.
Yeah. But I was lucky. First, my father was very known chess player. And during the war, I met a lot of chess players, winners, world champions like Batvini, Tal, many, all of them. And before Second World War, my father, Prokofiev, was visiting very often Georgia. And like my father was chess playing, my father played with Prokofiev chess. I never met Prokofiev because he died in 1953, same day when Stalin, this tyrant. But I met his wife, actually. I met his son when I performed in Moscow all 5 concertos by Prokofiev.
Oh, yeah. How did you manage to just perform
It was an interesting
all
story
5 Prokofievs?
because in 1986 I decided to leave Soviet Union. But I wanted to do something that I can feel that I did something, I practice always a lot and very hard. I have huge repertoire. But why I played together? Story it was I am going to taxi driving, coming to Moscow Philharmonic, which one I was soloist. Moscow Philharmonic, it was not like here. You are solist of symphony orchestra. No, this was just management company. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm not sure that I will get to twice hall, great hall in Moscow Conservatory. Why I not play all together? And I remember this moment. I was in taxi. After I said, if I can practice every day 4 hours, sometimes 6 hours, a lot. But all 5 concertos is like maybe 2 hours, 20 minutes. Same time there is a breaks. I am not playing at all. So I was very happy that I decided, because I wasn't sure that I will get second time hall.
Yeah,
like
so you just
this.
went for it.
Yes, I went for it. But in morning I rehearse, and he asked me to rehearse again number 4, because it's mostly not played. It's for left hand. But I was quite strong, you know.
So the reason it was also possible was because you could
Because
rest
sure,
when the orchestra
that's
was
great
playing.
idea, you know. Because fortunately, I did not tell anybody, because I'm sure if I will tell somebody about it, oh, are you crazy, Marina? It's never happened. Sometimes I was in my life, I make such a, how to say, decisions, because maybe it's look very strange, like I came to Canada. I had no guarantee that I will get a position, teach, or I will play. I wasn't planning to perform, you know. And I'm very happy that in Canada I learned very, very great, how to say, piece by Hindemith. I learned Lud Stanalis.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, this was I'm very proud of this. So I did audition mostly. Oh, this is a pianist from Russia. But my repertoire mostly it was solo repertoire. What I audition it was Hindemith, Brahms, and also Reger.
Oh,
Reger, German. I like
so it was the Brahms.
Brahms. It was very interesting. He has a 5 etudes, transcription of 5 etudes of Chopin, 2 Bach for violin, and I played, he has transcription of Chacon by Bach for left hand.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
But for audition I played only Chacon.
Yeah, still though, Chacon for only left hand.
Left hand. I think there is I had very bad video on YouTube, this one. Amateur video.
Oh.
You know, because I wasn't recording too many. I did only 2 recording in France and 2 in Soviet Union. It was very hard for me. I haven't got, like I haven't got visa to Brussels. I wasn't sort of allowed to record.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just with the stuff you played, for example, you had the nickname Marina Mdivani, was it?
Yes, it's my teacher.
Yeah, can you
Because
explain
I
more
was
about it?
actually I was first with name Goglidze, and my first teacher gave me just such a crazy repertoire. You know, I played in this time Mazeppa. After I played Toccata by Schumann, till now I can't imagine that I played this. And I played also this Rachmaninoff transcription and crazy etudes, you know. And I don't know why I became famous by Mazeppa. So when I went to audition for Gilels, he knew me by my first name, Goglidze. He told me it's a Marina Mdivani, Mazeppa, Marina Goglidze-Mazeppa. But I don't think, there is a recording actually, it's a live recording also on YouTube, it's awful. I never care, I never care about this one, recordings, etc. Because I have no time, I practice, or I practice, or I will think what to do to advance my career or record. And I had a family also, 2 kids, and I wasn't interested in this. Most important for me to practice and to advance, to grow repertoire, because you can't. I played mostly because I wasn't know. So after 76, I was locked down in Soviet Union. And if you go the same place, Great Hall in Moscow Conservatory, you can't play old stuff. You have always learned something new. So I expand a lot my repertoire, you know. And I'm lucky, I'm very lucky, I will tell you this. Because I like my students, I like to teach, I have nice studio at McGill. And thank you to Canadians, let me stay here,
Oh.
you know. So I met in Moscow great people, you know, when I studied in Moscow Conservatory, Shostakovich, Kabalevsky, Sofronitsky, Richter, these all great musicians, Soviet, were around, you know.
Yeah. Additionally,
And-
Kapustin?
Kapustin was my friend, you know.
Oh.
Yes,
And-
but he was younger than me.
Hmm.
And he was kicked out from Conservatory
Oh, really?
twice because he was writing jazz
Oh.
music. Yeah, it wasn't acceptable in this time. But he was great pianist. He was fantastic person, very good. I lived with where I lived with Gubaidulina.
Oh, yeah, Sofia Gubaidulina.
Sofia. We roommates.
Hmm.
Roommates. She wrote for me one piece,
Hmm.
and I met so many people. You know. I'm so lucky. I learned from these people. I talk with conductors. I talk with George Szell, for example, a famous this Cleveland Orchestra, about many things, you know. About I met also Leonard Bernstein. I can't say.
Oh, how was
yes,
Bernstein?
No, I can't say anything. I wasn't too much friends, but anyways, we had some conversation. So when Kleiber, when he won this,
Oh, yeah?
and it's thank you to Europe because he was sending all these people. He was very famous impresario. He was sending this artist, and he was sort of private. He had a private company, Soul Europe, and because of him, I met these people too. You know.
Okay, so if you could go back in time, like back to when you were younger, would you do anything differently?
No, I can't imagine. I like music so much. My parents was taking me to concert when I was 2 years old. I like music because to play piano, it's not that you like to play piano. First, you have to like music, and if something gives to you, you know.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of in Georgia. We had opera concerts, you know. Opera house was like our home. It was very musical city. In Moscow also, you know, we were going every day for great concerts, great musicians. I don't regret, no.
Wow. Yeah, that's very inspiring.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, because if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't really be sure what I'd be doing.
No, but you know, my parents also wanted me. My mom was a very good pianist, but he entered conservatory in Tbilisi, in Georgia, but she said I was very lazy to practice. But I like to practice. I like to practice, but not practice sitting, you know, non-stop. Because at the same time I was doing a lot of different things, you know.
Oh yeah, and you also had peers like Ashkenazi.
We studied together. We studied same course. How to say same time? We auditioned
cohorts,
together. Yes.
What is your greatest achievement, do you think, in like playing piano? Maybe Ludus Tonalis, or
no? But I don't think it's you know, I don't think it's the greatest achievement. My achievement that I like it to grow my repertoire. I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so how much repertoire do you think you've done so far?
It's a lot. I learned I played, not only learned, but I performed all Prokofiev, all Rachmaninoff concertos in Soviet Union, all Beethoven concertos. Plus I had a huge repertoire. By Schumann I played a lot of big pieces, you know. I like it, big stuff. I played a lot of etudes, I played a lot of Liszt, I played Schumann. Rachmaninoff, mostly concerto. My favorite, it was number 4. And I don't know, I had a huge repertoire.
And one of your big moments, I assume, was the performance in Carnegie Hall.
Which one not happened?
Which sort of happened but not happened. Do you want to tell the story of that? It's a really good story.
Maybe almost 60 years ago. Can you imagine? 60 years ago.
So long.
And it was my 22nd of November. I was in Steinway Hall when, they have a practice room. Practice. I was extremely nervous because it was my last concert in, not last, but almost last concert in US. In my first trip, it was in US and Canada, huge, 30 concert. And I practiced, I was very nervous. Somebody called me. I said, please don't connect me before these operators, in hotels. After son of Sol Jurek calls me, said, Marina, your concert will be not happen today. I said, what's happened? Our president Kennedy was killed.
Oh.
Can you imagine for me? I was in shock. I ran to his office. It was not very far. His office of Sol Jurek was 36th Street and 5th Avenue. I ran there, and everybody was very upset. But I know that after 2-3 days, after tomorrow, I have to go to Chicago. And I'm asking Jurek. He was speaking Russian very well because he was born in Odessa, famous city in Russia. He said, no, sweetheart, he called me in Russian. Ooh. Sweetheart, we are in the United States. It's America, life is going on. And I went to Chicago and went back, and he was very kind because he rent second time for me this hall.
Rented Carnegie Hall
Carnegie Hall, second time. He rent. And in this time, actually, it was a lot of immigrants from Soviet Union. Same time, I met their cousin of Rachmaninoff also. She blessed me. And many people who was immigrants, old immigrants from Soviet Union and Russia. I told you, I was very lucky. So I played, and when I played I was not totally not nervous. I went shopping,
Oh, really?
Yes, I did shopping, and like this, I played concert, and it was quite a successful concert.
Wow.
So
would you say that's like your best concert, or would you say all 5 Prokofievs are your best concert?
No, I will not say. I don't know which one best. Yeah, I can't judge. I can't judge, but critics was very good. Actually, after I came to Canada, in Toronto, after this Carnegie Hall, I came to Toronto after I played in Montreal, and after I went to Jamaica also. But after 76, they locked me up. I did not go outside. But it's
76.
Okay, I think it was good. So somehow.
In 76, you were back in
Russia? No. I was living in Russia, but I had a tour in Canada, 1976.
1976.
I remember it was very, very, very cold here, snowfall, and I was recording Paganini listed on Radio Canada. Yes, I record them 5. I did not record 6. I think there is still some of them on YouTube, but very bad because I don't care about it. And when I was locked down in Soviet Union, actually it was so bad. Because I'm always visiting same cities. So like this, I grow my repertoire.
Oh.
I was quite independent as a pianist. I was self-deciding. And they like me, I had to... Every year I was learning new program.
So you basically never tried playing back your old repertoire, but always advanced?
Only concertos. No, for solo repertoire, every year anew. Summer I was practice, maybe every 2 years, but mostly I grow, and nobody was telling me what you have to play and how you have to play. It wasn't this system of critics,
Yes,
and I played, that's why my repertoire grew enormously. And what I'm trying during my teaching here, that my student has to learn new every year, and go sort of grow. Only learning new repertoire will make you grow.
Yeah, how is it to meet, say, such famous composers like Shostakovich, for example?
It was very nice. He was a very nice person. he helped me a lot when I was studying, you know. He was very nice, but he was, sure, very nervous all the time, you know. You know, because, I don't know, but he was, as a human being, he was just a great person, you know. Yes, he signed my diploma, and he helped me a lot. When I had asked for permission to live in Moscow, a lot of great musicians helped me out.
Oh.
They signed letter like Shostakovich, Khachaturian, also Kabalevsky. Several people signed letter for me.
As well.
Please allowed our Marina Mdivani, winner of this, that, to have a registration in Moscow.
Oh.
They helped me out. They always helping, very nice people, you know, what I can say. But you know, we were students. These people was going around us every day.
So it's like a community.
Unfortunately, you know, it wasn't like here, corridors, but it was open space in Moscow. You know, we had a buffet for professors, we had for us some food, and in this buffet sometimes we talk. They ask me, oh, come with us, we will talk to you. And it was open space, you know, it was not like here.
Oh.
So every day these people was going, we were going, there was Nias going, you know, and we used to. Unfortunately, in this time we did not do many pictures, you know. It was ordinary life.
Wow.
So many years, you know. You used to see Shostakovich, you used to see, let's say, Gilels or Sofronitsky, great pianist, he was there, to Aborin, who was great pianist too. Darensky it was, but he was student. No, they was all going around, you know, but we did not do any picture.
Oh.
First, you have to have a camera.
Oh.
After you have to, you know, different procedure was, yes. And I don't know.
So it was harder to get like a camera back then.
It was every day, you know, we go to school, we see these people around. We talk, they will ask us something, you know, but very nice.
About famous people you've also met, you met Stravinsky and you
Yes,
played pieces for him?
I played for him sonata.
Oh,
Yes.
his own sonata?
Yes, 1924.
Oh.
Very interesting person. You know, before Stravinsky was not allowed to, yes, in Soviet Union. No, when he left Soviet Union. And these people who, it was composers union. They get together, these composers and also theory people, you know, it was sort of union. And they invite him to meeting, Stravinsky. And there is a great joke. And it was very famous pianist Maria Yudina, who remembers pianist. And she was friend of Stravinsky, yes? And she told him all stories, what these people was writing about Stravinsky in this time. And when he went to this meeting, instead of giving hand, he had a stick.
Wait, what?
Yes, he had a stick.
So he had a stick for like
say,
handshaking?
yes,
or?
to say hello. His stick, because he was walking.
Oh, so he just didn't do a handshake.
Instead of handshake, because
what a character.
Right, very good. Because really, they was terrible. We did not know about when we studied, you know. It was not allowed even mention, you know.
So it wasn't allowed to mention Stravinsky?
No, it was, nobody was playing. I remember it was 1956. I started to study in 1955. In 1926, it was concert, not in Great Hall of Conservatory, it was another hall. Before Revolution, it was also musical society, yes? Who, Aborin, famous pianist teacher of Ashkenazi, supposed to play number 3 Prokofiev concerto. You can't imagine this crowd, because long time it wasn't performing this music, you know. So we went there and we listened number 3 Prokofiev. He played concert. It was great event, you know.
Oh yeah, there's also a recording of your Prokofiev third concerto on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what is your favorite concerto then, or like?
Number 5.
Number 5,
Prokofiev, and number 4, Rachmaninoff.
Ooh, so those are your top 2 favorite of all time.
Oh, yes, favorite of time.
And how about just not concerto for solo piano?
Oof.
Or there's just too many, right?
Too many, but
Maybe like top 3?
I think the Ludus Tonalis, it was,
Ludus
for
Tonalis.
me, it's some achievement, you know. Also, I played Petrushka Stravinsky. Actually, last time I played in Montreal.
Oh.
There is no recording. When the 1976, when it was my last visit abroad. Unfortunately, I had no in repertoire. One year I played, next year I will switch to something. But also very good that I learned Reger.
Oh,
you
Max
know,
Reger.
Reger. There is also bad recording on YouTube.
Which piece?
Waltz.
Waltz.
And I played his some stuff. Very interesting for me it was. And yes, it was very interesting in Canada because I wanted to quit totally. But here was teacher, Professor Plavutsky. He asked me to join him and we played Messiaen, Vision de la Main. Fortunately, we recovered this recording. Maybe soon I will post on YouTube this. We played in Pollock Hall. This was also very interesting for me because before I played, you know, classical music, that for me new it was. And I like it very much, this new stuff, you know. I played a lot of ensembles also, you know. I played ensemble with Georgian violinist. She was student of Rostropovich. And she had a Guarneri instrument. What is Rostropovich? He was teacher of my friend with whom we played ensemble. She was cellist, yes, Tamara Gabarashvili. And she was student of Rostropovich. And Rostropovich was several times coaching us. We played for him some stuff because we did huge repertoire. Story of instrument. She has a now instrument Guarneri del Gesù. But this instrument now belongs to Georgia. But story of this, Guarneri del Gesù, very historical instrument. He belongs to Fitzengagen. He was first who performed, how you call this, Tchaikovsky, Rococo variation.
Okay.
On this instrument. After this instrument went to one family in Moscow, musical family. I can't remember now so many names in my head, you know. No, yes, maybe after I will. And they decided to sell this Guarneri del Gesù. Rostropovich bought this instrument. But after he discovered that this instrument is small for him a little bit.
Oh.
And story is, in this time, Rostropovich was locked down again in Soviet Union. He could not go outside.
So he only had that instrument?
No, he had another instrument. No, but in this same time when he was locked down, he was conducting in Bolshoi Theater, famous, you know. And he was producing opera Tchaikovsky, Eugenie Onegin. And he was showman also, not only, you know, great musician, he was great pianist too. You know, he decided to do great party after this, you know, or when they produced this opera. What's happened? Because he wasn't traveling too much, he had not too much money, he decided to sell this instrument. Now I remember the family, Kazalupov, very famous family, because all musician it was there. And he sold to Georgia. And Georgia gave opportunity to Tamara to play on this instrument. And can you imagine, this instrument, in this time, he cost only $30,000.
Oh.
Can you imagine now, Guarneri del Gesù,
Yeah.
$30,000.
Wow. And so
No, maybe more, because he bought very cheap, Rostropovich, but Georgia paid him more money. It was not it's very affordable, sort of.
Yeah, now it's just worth
No,
so
now
much.
it will be $millions, this instrument. And he did big party, you know. I met him also. This is a great, I was lucky, he gave me a letter. How you call when they are going to
like a letter of recommendation
for McGill.
Oh.
Yes, he was in this time, yes, because We were friends. Not only I knew him very well, we were friends.
Yeah, you
He
have
was
a lot of
teaching.
famous friends.
Yes, but famous. What does it mean, famous? You know, for me, most important is a good human being. You know,
Yeah,
he
that's
was
true.
very nice person, very kind person. You know,
Yeah, how are you finding McGill's sort of education, like for music?
I think it's a great. In Moscow, it's in Soviet Union. It's totally different.
Hmm.
I appreciate because first we have almost all 1,000 students here. I just fantastic
Mm.
that in this time when you know we have so many young generation who wants to study music. This is incredible because for now, what we have now, I don't know. It's a different, yes, era, and still people coming, young people want they be musicians, composers, pianists, and we have a great programs, you know, here. Really, it's incredible. First for all instruments, which one exist, yes, yes, and programs are great. You can get here masters, you can get licentiate, you can get faculty program, you can get so faculty program has a lot of composer. What else we have here?
Let's
Theory.
see. Yeah, theory, sound recording as well.
Yeah, sound recording, you know.
Yeah.
I can't not remember like my student, Jeremy Van Slyke, who was my student. He has his own company now in
Oh.
Brunswick. Always I'm happy for my student. And they was recording 2 days ago here, Monday I think, here. Like
Yeah.
our professor Ilya Poletaev and Dyachkov, and also it was violinist. His
Oh.
name is Axel. And what else? It's very good here.
Mm.
A lot of possibility to perform. We have
Oh, yeah.
opera, we have orchestra, you know, and a lot of possibility. For example, for pianists, we have piano Tuesday, student soloist. It's for everybody. After piano ensemble concert, we have class concert, and I want to tell musician here, please, our student soloist open for anybody, not only for pianists. You can participate as a violinist, as a singer, as a what else, cellist or
Yeah, any
violinist.
instrumentalist.
This is a very good to have a opportunity to perform in Polak Hall, in Tanakh Hall. Maybe it's never will be such an opportunity. So please send application. On my door you can have all information about it. My room is C5517. Please apply for this code.
Yeah.
And pianist, apply for Piano Tuesday.
Yeah, it's such a unique experience just to continue to play
Yes.
and perform. It's like performing in front of someone is completely
Yeah.
different from
Sure,
playing by
sure.
yourself. Like this week, I also did 3 concerts. I did the class concerts. I did the student soloists on Monday, and then on Tuesday I did
Piano Tuesday.
Piano Tuesday is where you get comments from
Yes,
professors.
please, pianist, send me application and play. Because why we have performance department? Because we have to perform somehow, yes? At least you will have opportunity to perform here at McGill. No, I like the system. It's a great, I think. I don't know, it's no, Moscow it was totally different.
Oh yeah, how's it like in Moscow then?
No, it's a different system, because let's say when I was in piano faculty, it was in the cello and everything. It was string and even I was working accompanying trombone. You know,
Oh, trombone.
everything it was, but system different. You know.
As in, like, there weren't as many.
It's first it's more students here.
More students
Much.
here in McGill.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, much more students. And but sure, professor was very lucky because each professor in Moscow had not more than 5-6 students.
Oh, really? Wow.
But they had assistants also, yes.
Oh, so did you not always learn from the professors at
No,
Moscow? You just
because
learned
our
from the
professor, my
assistants?
Gilels was performing sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
No, but sometimes it's good also, but not always. You have to stick with teacher, you know. You have to have some opportunity to think yourself, you know. And not always teacher will tell you. Maybe you will find something. in yourself.
How's your childhood like?
Very interesting. I was going to opera of concerts after I was running from home.
Oh, running from
Sometimes,
home?
Yes.
Wait, where did you go?
Running because maybe sometimes I have arguing with my mom, I will run to my grandmother. Yes. After I played tennis, I was not so bad tennis player. I was going to sport, football, but football it's like soccer in Soviet Union. Tennis, football, chess around me, it was music and sport always. And opera, we were going to opera. It was great, you know.
Yeah, so right from the beginning, music was already...
Yes, it was always.
Wait, when did you start piano then?
I was 6.5.
6.5?
Yes.
Ooh. So it's currently been... I can't do math.
Yes. It's almost 80 years.
Almost 80 years of piano.
Yes.
Wow.
Piano is a great instrument, you know. If you have bad days or whatever is not going, you sit down, practice, you know. It's the best. I never would say cried when something wasn't good, you know. I will just practice. We used to live in such a cultural society.
Yeah.
In my class, in my classmates, for not music school, I think we had like 29 different nationalities.
29?
But we study Russian. Because actually in Georgia, because it was Russian occupation of Georgia, 200 years. After it was Russification of country. So you have to go study in Russian, because without Russian language you can't succeed. Because only opportunity to get out from Georgia to learn and to get more, you know, you have to go to Russia. Where you go? You can't go to United States or France or Europe. It wasn't impossible, you know. So in Russian school there was so many nationality. So we used to live in such a society.
Wait, so how did you manage, so in the end, how did you manage to get from Russia to the US then?
There is agency, like here, you have an agent who will promote. It was Goskoncert. They was making contract with abroad people, you know, agent. How I get out. It was very big effort of people to let me go to Paris to participate in this, and after it it was open for me. Between two competition I could not go anywhere. I had a contract in Italy and Germany and in also England, but they did not let me go because they wanted to me participate in this Tchaikovsky competition.
Yeah, same with I think Ashkenazi as well.
Yes, Ashkenazi wasn't abroad 5 years. He was locked down also. Now we are going to politics. It was not easy. Life there. A lot of not good stuff happened to people, not only to me. I survived still. Many members of my family, they did not survive. But it's like this, but I'm what I am now. I'm quite happy and lucky.
Yeah.
And I have long life.
Definitely.
Because of my students, because I'm dealing every day, you know, with young people.
It's like just so interesting to learn about.
But you know, you told me about this freedom.
Oh yeah, so this interview that you had.
I had the interview, yes. I was, you know, Georgian people, it's a little bit different. We always freedom-loving people. Even when I came to Moscow, you know, everybody was talking very, very, very pianissimo. Because, and we are a little bit more, you know. And I was always a freedom-loving person. When I was recorded this ABC, interview, there was secret service sitting, 3 people from secret service.
Like in the back?
Yes,
right
in the
camera.
back. Yes, you can see there.
We asked Mrs. Mdivani how she would define freedom.
Freedom, you know, if you are here in freedom, freedom everywhere for you. Understand?
If you're free in your heart, you're free.
Yes.
Freedom in the heart. Not exactly the definition of freedom you'd hear at the Communist Party Congress.
Sure, so sure, but he wanted me say something, you know, more than, but I could not say. That's why I say freedom here in my heart.
Oh, I see.
You understand?
So it's just like...
I could not say, you know, in which country I live. You know.
Oh, so freedom in your heart, means...
It means I feel always free person.
Yeah, despite the
I'm listening.
circumstances.
Yes, yes, I like freedom, you know. I have, here in Canada, I still, freedom of choice, you know.
Freedom
I
of
make
choice.
a choice to leave country and live here, yes. I make a choice, leave my piano playing and start to teach, yes.
Yeah.
Always I'm making some choices, you know, in my life.
And
Yes.
all those choices were, in the end, they turned out to be the best choices.
Not bad, you know. I think it's a great choice. No, I always like it. I was like to teach. I like, but I did not teach in Soviet Union because I knew that no, I could not. You can't combine teaching and piano playing. I don't know. There is people who is managed to do this.
I guess
You know.
Gilels, sort of? Or did Gilels?
He was for a short time, very short time. When I studied with him for years, yes, 4 years. After maybe 2 years, he left again, you know.
Okay.
After he was leaving sometimes on trips abroad. But I don't think he liked very much to teach, you know.
I remember you once said that he tried to go on stage to perform and you were like with him and he was really nervous to play.
Not, I wasn't there.
Or-
Just he was saying to me
Oh, yeah?
that when I'm going this distance from door to piano, I'm very nervous. Yes, but but for myself, I said, no, this is just such an honor for me. I never dreamed to perform in Moscow Great Hall.
Oh.
You know, I will be not nervous. I will be just like it, that it's happened to me. You know.
Yeah, that's a good mindset.
It's
to
a
have.
lot of circumstances, you know. This when they locked me up, they did not give me go to Brazil. Very many. Still, I make it, you know. It's help of people.
Yeah.
Alone you can. I had a good friends also who helped me out.
Who's your favorite composer?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. Everybody. You know, I like all of them, but not everything what they wrote. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I make a choice. Maybe in this time I like something, you know. I don't like everything of Rachmaninoff. I don't like everything of Chopin. I played not so much Chopin, you know, because Chopin is very personal, how to say, exclusive composer. I played a lot of big pieces. I played a lot of Schumann. I played a lot of Brahms, you know. But I will choose, you know. I played everything. I play all composers. Not all, but fortunately I met Reger. I met Hindemith. I met Messiaen. You know.
Wait, like you met them?
No, met like as a. Yes, for me.
So met them in
yes,
their
actually,
different styles of music.
For me, each composer is like not. I will not say friend, but somebody who I know very well.
Yeah, it's like when you know their music so
yes,
much.
when I'm learning a piece, I'm thinking what kind of person wrote such a great music, what he was. Unfortunately, this all great composer, they had no great biography. They were poor, not always appreciated, you know. It's different, it was.
Yeah, so different
And they
times
suffered
compared
a
to now.
lot, suffer a lot, you know. And when I'm playing Prokofiev, he was very, very strong pianist and very, strict. But for me, I try to find more lyrical, because he lived. I still did not live in this time how lived Prokofiev. You know, I was younger. I did not deal with these unions of composer with Stalin, etc., etc. You understand? It's my family.
Yeah.
So, and for me, it's more this human kind of these composers, always. Lyrical stuff, you know, when they have this.
So is that your sort of favorite style to play?
More, I pay attention for this kind of.
So to more lyrical phrases and.
Yes, you know, not only this fortissimo, etc. What it is like second concerto of Prokofiev. There is in final this middle section. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. So some works that you've done. What was the hardest piece? Do you think?
What harder piece? Everything is hard.
Oh.
Nothing is easy on piano. No, not possible. Even simple scales, etc. It depends what they will say. The scales, you know. Hardest is very difficult piano playing. Very, not easy.
So have you played like Balakirev Islami?
No, but it's a different. It's how I played the Islami. So what? Yeah, there is recording also. No, this is a nothing. Just it's a different. I'm saying it's piano. Doesn't matter. If you compare Islami with some sonata Beethoven, final, for example, which one is sometimes more difficult? Sure, Beethoven sonata. Then, because it's you know, different kind of
difficult in their own way.
Own way. For me, it's more difficult. For example. No, it's teach also difficult.
You know. As a teacher,
Islami, it's not how to say. No, more difficult is Toccata by Schumann. Did you ever see? Yes, sure.
Schumann Toccata.
Did you ever see Toccata by Czerny? It's just crazy.
Oh,
yes.
I actually haven't.
It's very difficult, you know.
Gonna have to check that out.
No,
later.
because I don't know why it's like this. Everything, for me, everything is difficult, not easy. You know, I told you, it's 10 fingers, 2 hands. You have to listen. Your pedal was working. All your system has to involve in piano playing. You know.
Yeah, have to practice a lot.
You see, it's a great. You see.
Yeah. So thank you for your time and just this interview. There's just so much to talk about, and
it's a great pleasure, you know, to teach at McGill University. I'm blessed, you know, and to meet my students. During the 30 years, maybe I have like 200 students.
200 students.
Students
wow.
all over the world. I'm very proud of this, and I wish all students at McGill to succeed. I appreciate that you are coming to study here. It's the best place to study.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Professor.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.